Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus. Today we are going to be playing against Mr. D once again, and out of the blue I can already see, we're in for a fun match. Yeah, I can see that already. And I'm playing kind of a stress team. No, it's definitely a stress team, but kind of what I typically use with the doggy in the backline, except this time we're using the occultist. And I feel like the occultist might be good here if it wasn't for that stupid shield breaker. So first things I want to do... Wow, this is really weird. Normally I would transform and go slam on one of his characters, but there's just no point here because I just activate the Leper. That is super weird. Yeah, the shield breaker means that I can't really use my occultist all that well. So, you know what, I'm still gonna transform. I still feel like this is a play, and I'm gonna knock that Crusader back, I guess. Yeah, I still feel like this is an okay play. Maybe I should have dropped the Shieldbreaker instead, because now I give her Adder's Kiss, but honestly, she's just gonna be using that puncture. Oh no, she's gonna go Adder's Kiss. Well, that's gonna do some damage to my Crusader. If it applies the Blight, obviously, it's a 90% chance. That would do some very decent damage to my Crusader, but no, I'm happy that's not how it turned out. Right now I'm gonna use a Bulwark of Light here because since there's a Leper and since there's a Crusader and also a Grave Robber with Lunge, it's gonna be so useful. You have no idea how good the Bulwark actually is in a situation like this. There's no armor piercing on his side, so right now that Holy Lance, instead of critting me for like 26 or 27, only crit for 22. Quite a significant difference if you ask me. It still hurt a lot, but it could have hurt a lot more. I'm gonna use a command here just so I don't fail my abilities with the cultist, because I definitely want to go Abyssal Artillery. He might go Chop, and it does hit somehow, surprisingly. I guess it does have that Eagle Eye Talisman. I guess in that case I'm gonna have to go for this. I do get to go first next round, so even though the Shieldbreaker can go Expose, I'll be able to just de-transform and go for a Beast Pile and actually do extra stress because of the Stygian Embrace, so I am a-okay with this. And he can't even focus my Abomination right now because he's stealthed. Feels so good to see a stealth character, doesn't it? It really looks good. Especially a big character like the Abomination. Thing is, I've had to sacrifice the Salt Machine heal on this occultist because he kind of wants to have every single ability. I couldn't bring Weird Reconstruction and Stygian Embrace, is then I would have to either get rid of one of the horror abilities, or I'd have to get rid of Weakening Curse. And without Weakening Curse, I can't win a match if I'm the last character alive. Look at that stress. 30 and 25, that is really nice. That is really nice stress. A Wretch's Cloak and that plus 50% stress dealt. Really nice. Really, really nice. He's actually gonna go Stunning Blow, surprisingly. I guess that's my Crusader turn gone. I am kind of okay with this. I'm not okay with him getting crits though, that's not fun. But yeah, my Crusader's turn being gone isn't great. I just have to deal with it, I guess. He can't go Puncture and Expose on the same move, so I'll be able to actually be totally fine with my Abomination here and just go for this instead. Unfortunately, no crits. Thing is, the Tentacles are a really, really good ability. When this crits, the amount of stress that this thing actually outputs is absolutely unreal. Because it does 8 stress for 4 rounds with that horror on each character. So that's a total on 32 on each. So it's going to be 64 on the enemy backline plus the activation stress. That's more than a Hound's Harry just on 2 characters. It's totally wild. He's gonna go for it. Actually does enough damage, which isn't all that good for me. And he actually did enough damage with that. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't because of the prot, but I guess there's just not much I can do about it. I have to go for a guard here unless I want my Abomination to die, obviously. Because if I don't, well then there's just a lunge coming. And the difference about the Grave Robber and the Jester is that she can't bypass guard unless she's stealth, so I'm perfectly happy here. One thing I'm not happy about is this Crusader absolutely just getting destroyed with Blights, but he'll still be able to be alive for a little while longer, I think. It's gonna be a chop for 8, doesn't really hurt me all that much. There is that Shield Breaker with the finisher, so I kind of have to go for a heal here. I'm gonna go for a heal with the Crusader, honestly. Just do this. Should be able to heal myself for enough that I don't get stunned for my 8 HP now that making use of that 55 prompt is very, very important here. That Pit Fighter's Helm really not helping me all that much, though. I'm gonna have to be honest. Not having a doggy kind of has a downside, though. I don't really get to output as much collateral damage on the enemy team, and I don't really get to output as much overall stress on the enemy team, especially if the Crusader doesn't get to act all that much. Yeah, that's kind of what's been going down here. I'm still guarding for a little bit at least. I'm gonna drop a Bellow right now. Yeah, Bellow's gonna be okay here, I guess. Gonna be pretty nice. I think if I had gotten debuff on that Shieldbreaker, Bellow maybe could have even made the Abomination take 0 damage from a puncture. I mean, not 0 damage, but not 4. It's gonna be a heal. Does that do enough damage? Oh, just barely. Just barely, and an Affliction as well. Should I go for a heal on this Crusader is the question. On this abusive Crusader. The answer is yes. Let's keep him alive for a little bit. I'm gonna make it harder for him to kill this Crusader. A lot harder, actually. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder for him to get the kill, because he can't expose from position 4, thankfully. That would have been kind of a very bad thing to see. So I'm glad that's not what's gonna happen here. And once again, he can't deal with the stealth if he doesn't have exposed use. The Shieldbreaker's in position 4, you just can't use it. That's gonna be hopeless. I don't think that's minus damage. So he might still be able to do 4 damage to my... Oh no! He moves forward with the act out? You are shitting me. Oh my god. Okay, now that's something else. Yeah, that's something else. Jeez, okay. Well, I guess that's just the way it is. Who do I go for a slam on right now? I have to go for a slam because I don't want her to get lunge. If she goes pick to the face, she has a considerable less chance of getting the kill than if she goes lunge. So lucky to get that act out to move forward. Jeez, that's just something else, isn't it? My goodness. I have to push the Leper here, I feel. Wow, 20. No push though, 60% chance. Unlucky. Oh yeah, no push. Oh no, that's bad. Yeah, that's lunge. That's lunge. Maybe I should have gone for the Crusader. It would have been a bit more reliable. Yeah, definitely would have been more reliable. Probably a misplay by me. What can you do? Do I still feel like I have a winning chance here? Well, it's kind of difficult. Would I feel like I had a bigger winning chance if I had a doggy? Potentially. Maybe I haven't played this absolutely perfectly, but I'm definitely more used to playing the doggy in a team like this, because I wouldn't be scared of the puncture as much as I am. Even though it hasn't come down on my occultist for some reason. He's just been focusing my Crusader down. The thing is, not having a Crusader kind of makes this a lot more difficult for me. Okay, since that happened, I have to go for either another guard or I can do something else here. I'm gonna do something else here. I could go for a Demon's Pull on that Shieldbreaker, honestly. You know, Demon's Pull just to prevent that Leper from doing anything, but honestly he isn't doing all that much anyway, because he's gonna have to go chop into a character with a lot of prot, you know, 80 prot. So the Leper wouldn't really do anything anyway, but I'm still gonna go for this because it's gonna drop the Shieldbreaker down to 0 immediately, and it's gonna apply a lot of horror, which I obviously love to see that. Yeah, we love to see all that horror being done. Yeah, Abomination actually has 50 prot while guarded, so that's pretty decent. Do I want to keep the guard up? I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna be Rally to the Flame actually, and I'm guessing a move forward with the Leper as well. Do I want to keep the guard up, or do I want to go for something like a Bellow? Oh, those hit chances. Let's go for a Bellow. We hit 3 characters, so could have been worse, could have been better, I guess. I might just go guard again. He goes revenge. I guess he wants to go I'll go with some sort of action with that Shieldbreaker. I don't think I'm gonna let him though. I don't think I'm gonna let him. I think I'm gonna kill the Shieldbreaker right here. Or am I? Or am I? Thing is, if I kill that Shieldbreaker, he can't win. I believe. Yeah, I believe that's kind of the case. I'm gonna do this. I feel like she might be dead from the horror. Yeah, she is. Unless he goes for a heal right now, the Shieldbreaker is dead. Because there's enough blight on her as well. So this is a pretty darn good situation for us. So he has to go for a heal with that Crusader if he wants her to stay alive. Because drops down to 0, takes the horror, and that's enough for her to have a heart attack. Goes hopeless. That's a little bit of stress, that's okay, I suppose. That's a Shadow Fade as well. It's gonna be a lot of damage coming in from that Shadow Fate, though. I could go for... Bella doesn't do enough. Could go for a guard here. Do I go for a guard here? Question. Or do I just drop another Bella? I don't really feel like a guard is helping me all that much here, because there's just gonna be a puncture, right? So, I'm not gonna go for it. I'm just gonna do this instead. Crusader goes courageous, of course, because there is no justice in this world. Not only did he go virtuous, he got the best virtue on top. That means I don't even want to say it, but that means minus 30% stress taken. I don't know sometimes how I don't know how I sometimes can actually just keep up this feeling of, you know, not being all that annoyed, but I am extremely annoyed at Crusader going virtuous, because that's an absolute joke. That is an absolute joke. That virtue shouldn't even exist. It's minus 30% stress taken and healing stress on the other characters. Thing is, you're playing... If you get this virtue, it's because you're playing against a stress team. And not only are you getting lucky enough to get a 30% chance on that, you're getting lucky enough to roll for the absolute best virtue. It just doesn't make sense how that would be a thing, honestly. I'm gonna go for the Rally to the Flame because he's not stupid, but thankfully there's finally a fucking act out that isn't a move forward expose, and that's gonna be a dead shield breaker. Maybe do extra stress on the other characters. Did extra stress on the two characters that didn't matter, sadly for us. Okay, in that case, this Abomination is kind of useless as of right now. He's just chilling in position 1, which isn't all that good for me, honestly. I'm gonna go for a Abyssal Artillery here, I believe. I don't have Bypass Stealth. Hopefully this hits. Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Why would that hit, Shep? Why would that hit? The thing is, I like the Occultist, but typically I would, instead of running Monkey Spa, I would run the Eerie Eye, but not with this team. I would kind of like to have a Flagellant to run the Eerie Eye, because I feel like that the Eerie Eye is a really good trinket, because the thing about the Occultist is that his damage output is dependent on him actually hitting, like his stress output. Because you're not gonna do more stress if you have plus stress trinkets. That's just not how it works. I mean, you get more stress on that extra 8 stress, but that doesn't really do all that much. If you just hit the enemy characters, you apply all that horror, which is wonderful. That bypasses stealth. No, that bypasses guard, actually. Yeah, that thing bypasses guard, so I have to go for a heal right here with this Abomination. If I went for a guard right now, I would be the biggest fool ever, because, yeah, there's the Cloak and Dagger coming, and that would be a 100% death vote chance as well. So you'd have to be very, very silly to just guard here at this very point. I can guard after it, but yeah, not at that exact moment. Let's see, can you get the Courageous Act out? Come on, do more, do stress heals. Yeah, do it. No, you didn't do it. Only took 11 stress from all that. Gets another crit with the Crusader, because why not? And right now we just drop this. We actually managed to hit everyone, which is decent. But she's definitely gonna one-shot something unless Hopeless passes. That's a little bit of stress, I think. No, that's the Panic Darts on the correct character. Good job. And it does enough, obviously. 72 stress on that, though. That's kind of insane. I go immediately Hopeless. Yeah, this Occultist doesn't feel so good anymore, does he? No, he does not. Well, I have to go for a guard now. He says no, obviously, because what can he do? Immediate Hopeless. I don't really have anything to say about this match. Yeah, there's really nothing to say here. Just the RNG not being my friend, honestly. Just not really being my friend. That's gonna be a lunge, gets a death blow, immediate death blow as well, not even a confirmed chance, but I guess it was a pretty good chance. At this point, I kind of want to move back, but I also don't, because there's a Crusader. I kind of want to go for a stun here, and I will. That's gonna do some damage on the Grave Robber, it's gonna keep her stunned, which is nice. I don't remember when I killed the Shield Breaker, but I think it was like 2-3 rounds ago, so probably round 4, so she's gonna be gone relatively soon, which isn't good for me, obviously. Stress heal, very nice, 5 on each character, wonderful. I don't know how I'm gonna kill that Leper. I have a lot of pronto with this Man-at-Arms, but that might not be enough. We dodged somehow, which is pretty nice. Moves forward with the Leper, obviously, moves forward again, yeah, I would love to see those. My man, that's all I'm gonna say, my man. Okay, Let's drop a defender here. Thing is, we're gonna have to move back with this Abomination. We're gonna have to use Beast Smile. That's gonna be my only winning chance. And I'm gonna have to resist a few stuns from that Crusader. That's laughable amounts of damage. That tickles. I'm gonna have to resist a few stuns from that Crusader. I'm gonna have to kill that Grave Robber as quickly as physically possible because she has Panic Darts and she can actually punch through my Man-at-Arms prot, which isn't good. It definitely isn't good. So that's gonna be my goal here, to just get that Grave Robber out of here, just blight her out, afflict her out, hopefully get a few hopeless passes. That would be nice. Did he get like 3 hopelesses or something? Why would you go Holy Lance on the corpse? Why would you go Holy Lance on the corpse? Does he want to remove the corpse so he can go Zealous and you maybe? That might be his game plan here. Could go for another stun, but it's a 60, so I don't think I will. I'm just gonna drop a bell instead. We do hit that Grave Robber, which is wonderful. We need to do as much stress as physically possible. Now she's probably just gonna go with Shadow Fight, and after that I just drop the Beast Smile and we are chilling here. We drop the Beast Smile, we hopefully get a Blight. It's not a confirmed chance, but we'll have to get a Blight here. And also do a little more stress onto her, so... We do manage to hit. Do we get the Blight? We do actually, we do get the Blight. So he does have Sustain with this Crusader. Can you imagine if the Crusader actually went Afflicted? This would be a really good match for me, but Justice did not have it that way. Yeah, things have not gone that way. Marks himself with the Leper, good act out, that's the act out we love to see, obviously. And he might be spamming Zealous here. Courageous, heal stress, nice, nice, yeah. I'm going Afflicted myself here. I'm going more Afflicted than my enemy characters. For some reason. I'm gonna go for a Stunning Blow, it's a 50-50, it goes through. Yeah, I guess it's just the way it is. In that case, he's gonna go for another stun on my A-bomb as well, which isn't too good. Definitely isn't too good. I'm gonna do this before that happens, just to do some extra damage on that Grave Robber. Okay, she's dropping down to 0 now from the Blight, which is really good. Yeah, that's really darn good. Hopefully she doesn't get a crit with whatever she does. She does have Pick to the face, so she can pretty much drop my Man-at-Arms down to 0 with a crit. It ignores my 80 prots, you know, it just ignores all your protection. It's kind of insane how that works, but yeah. Only doing 10 stress under a past, laughable, instead of 14. Totally laughable. This Crusader should be pretty much Afflicted right now if it wasn't for... I mean, having a heart attack right now if it wasn't for that Courageous. Moves back, okay, that's actually a good act out finally. Actually pretty decent act out, but is it enough? Not really. My Abomination's stunned, this is no bueno. He's gonna go for Panic Darts, that's gonna do enough damage, also gonna get an Affliction on top. It's kind of the power of the Shadow Fade here, I'm gonna have to say. And I go Selfish, and right now, thing is, I can't win just with Man-at-Arms alone, because the Crusader went Virtuous, so I'm gonna have to win through the power of resisting some stuns and Beast Smile. So I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this, and I'm gonna have to hope things work out for us. Because, yes, Hugh and Zealous, but those are bad chances of just getting the kills, so... I'm gonna have to hope that I survive those. I'm gonna have to hope that maybe the Leper has another silly act out. Or maybe he goes for a stun instead of a Zealous, something like that. His Man-at-Arms can't win on his own. Moves back again, damn, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good on the act outs, but that might just be a little bit... that might just be too little too late here, I'm gonna have to say. He's probably gonna go for Zealous, I'm gonna have to say, or he might go for a Stunning Blow. It's a 50-50 of getting the stun again. I'm hoping Numbing Instance works, I mean, that's the reason why I bring it, it's so I resist some of these stuns. I'm hoping it works, it might not, I don't know, we won't know until we actually see. One thing I do know is there's gonna be no act outs, which sucks ass. He's gonna go for Zealous instead, he's gonna go greedy, he's gonna go risky, that's why you don't bring Zealous, man. Yeah, Zealous, 90 accuracy without any accuracy buffs, it just doesn't work all that well for you. What's my highest hit chance? My highest hit chance, please A-bomb, please. Okay, that's a bit of stress, that doesn't matter. 81? Okay, she's dead. Thank goodness she's dead, I don't want to lose this match. Okay, we failed the Blight on the Leper somehow. 90% chance of getting that Blight, okay. But at least we hit the Grave Robber, so now she's gone. She is totally gone, but not all is won for us here, because Crusader being Virtuous means that we can't bail him out. we cannot bail him out. He will be able to just permanently heal with that Rally to the Flame and keep that Leper alive. It's gonna be Zealous Accusation that doesn't get the 25 death blow, thankfully. And gets hit with that Repulse as well for a little bit. Did I not get the Blight, actually? No, I didn't. Yeah, he has Blight Res now. This is such a joke. Sacred Blade is such a joke trinket because getting any other virtue is still pretty good, but getting Courageous... this might be what actually... This might be the thing I actually hate the most about the Butcher Circus, come to think of it. It's the most stupid thing that there is. Yeah, that doesn't make sense in English. Yeah, my English is not computing right now. I'm too angry to make it compute. I could technically go for a stun, but it's not gonna do enough for me, actually. Selfish has a pass chance. It does have a pass chance. Smile. Okay, let's do this. Reactivate that Repulse, drop the Blight, drop a little bit of stress on that as well. I'm probably gonna have to go for another guard. Do I go for another guard? I'm not too sure. I also want to go Bellow. He definitely does enough damage. I don't think he does 0. Yeah, I only have 20 prods. Okay, that's the death blow. That's gonna be the death blow. And I'm gonna cause a heart attack on that Crusader, but after that it's just gonna be heal after heal after heal, so... Unless I manage to kill that Leper somehow, which I find it to be very difficult, it's over. It's gonna be GG because there's no act outs when you go Virtuous, obviously. There are 0 act outs when you go Virtuous, so all I can do right now is spam Bellow until the end of the world. So unless Hopeless resists like a heal, unless Hopeless doesn't want to get healed, I don't think this is gonna be good. Hopeless kill yourself. No, I guess not. He does have Solemnity still, so that's gonna be... I'm gonna need like 4 Bellows to do that back, actually. Yeah, I only have 50 prods. Zealous is gonna hurt me quite a bit. Yeah, that's a 5. It's also gonna get me afflicted pretty soon as well. I wish I had Retribution here, but with this team setup that I had with the Occultist, it just doesn't feel right to have Retribution. It doesn't feel right to have Retribution. I feel like the Man-at-Arms had to be a little more chunky here. Stress heal on top of it, obviously. And I am gonna go Afflicted here. Okay, I go Irrational. Can you imagine the first turn I go Irrational, I get a pass or something stupid like that? That would be beautiful to see. Yeah, he gets a crit for 17 on top. I guess he has used Revenge, so... Yeah, unfortunately I don't have a winning chance anymore. I mark myself, good act out. I cause a heart attack here. No, it's not even a heart attack, it's only 7 stress. Jeez, man. Freaking Courageous, how OP do you want it to be? How OP do you want that thing to be? Yeah, more stress heal, there's nothing I can do here, I'm totally hopeless. Yeah, I'm hopeless, not my opponent. It's gonna be a crit, it's gonna miss. It still does a stress heal for some reason. Don't really understand how that would work, you know, you crit a corpse and you get stress healed for it, but I'm overthinking it a little bit here. My only winning chance is if after this, wow, I even miss a 90 on this Crusader. Yeah, that's just a little too much. You know what, we're gonna bring a team that's a little more competent than this because I really don't like this setup. And we're gonna see if we can show Mr. D how it's actually done here. I am gonna let him get the kill because not like I feel like he deserved it, because it definitely wasn't deserved. That team shouldn't win against what I have here. That's just kind of how the game went, you know. Courageous and the act out move forwards with the stupid shield breaker. That was just too much for me to handle. That was just a little too much. Yeah, he's smart. He's gonna go Rally to the Flame. And there's literally nothing you can do in this kind of situation. You just feel totally hopeless. Yeah, you just feel totally hopeless. That's gonna be a Hue. Not going for a chop for some reason. It has more crit chance. I don't know why you wouldn't go for it. And yeah, I am gonna let him get the kill. So, you know, kind of out of respect for the player for sticking to this point. Yeah, Man-at-Arms, you can resist whatever you want. There's no way we win anymore. There is no way we win. I appreciate the effort, but there is no way we actually take this match. Sadly for us. It's gonna be a heart attack. Yeah, a little more stress, but round 20, there's nothing we can do. You don't have to go for that, just get the kill, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, just take the kill. You don't have to go for something like that. Okay, yeah. GG. Let's go on to the next match. Alright, and here we go again. This time I've decided to bring something similar but also quite different. He's also playing something a little different. So I kind of didn't want to do a full-on counter pick, so I didn't bring the Pit Fighter Summon Numbing Instant, so I just brought the Shield Spike Insignia Frank in case he had something a little less like this and something a little more like, what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? If he had like AoE abilities and all that kind of stuff, you know, Shield Spike is really good at dealing with that. Now, since I go first, and since he doesn't have any stuns, I think it might actually be pretty darn reliable to go for a guard here, which I just realized I don't have. Good start, Shep. I'm just gonna drop a bell instead. I'm still okay with this. Good start. Yeah, I don't really I don't really play this setup all that much. I still think it's pretty good. Shield Spike Insignia Frank, I still think there's a lot of merit to it. But I don't really play it all that much, so that's definitely a misplay. Unless that misses, which is impossible. That is definitely a misplay by me. I'm gonna transform here and I'm gonna move forward. So I should have gone transform slime, but yeah, that's kind of not what I did. I just decided to drop a Bellow right away. So I thought I had guard. I thought I could have gone for a guard on the Houndmaster, but yeah, I don't bring guard with this setup. I only have the guard on the doggy, which I guess is reasonable. The idea behind it is normally a team is gonna have a stun or some way of breaking guard. That's risky. That's risky. You just went for an 80% hit chance, but alright, what can I do? Yeah, in that case, I think the prot might actually be useful here. Yeah, I just went for an 80% hit chance for some unknown reason. But at least you didn't get crit for it. At least you didn't get rewarded all that much. There's no way you go for it. Your hit chance is like a 40. No, I mean, it's like a 60. He gets it, but it doesn't get a crit. He could go Finale right now. That is an idea for him to go Finale. I doubt that he does that, but he could. He could just drop a Finale right now. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen. It is. He's gonna go for the Finale round 1. That's gonna be a crit as well, which is good and bad for me. I think it's mostly good here, though. Yeah, I think it's mostly okay here. Now I get to just go for the transform beast pile, and I think this is not too bad. I kind of wish I had the tanky mana arms, obviously, but yeah, this is not too shabby for us here. This is definitely not too shabby. It might not look that good, but with the Jester dead, this is a lot better than it looks, honestly. I'm just gonna drop a Bellow here, just keep debuffing everything. The Arbalest has to go for a Flare if she wants to get anything done, because all his characters are gonna have a lot of minus damage right here, and I still have 20 prot, but that's not gonna matter against an Arbalest, obviously. Yeah, that's not really gonna matter, but even if he gets a crit, I might go Rally to the Flame. Not sure if that helps. No crit, thankfully. Kind of a low roll, honestly. Maybe not that low of a roll because there's 2 Bellow debuffs, but still a pretty low roll. That's a good crit. That's a good crit, Zedus. Okay, that's what I like to see. I think this is my first crit of today, by the way. I don't think I got a single crit last match, at least not that I can remember. But yeah, I did get a nice crit there with that Zedus, so the Bounty Hunter is already not enjoying himself at all right here. And that Jester is probably gonna drop a Battle Ballad. I mean, I have 0 dodge, so I don't think that's a good idea to drop a Battle Ballad, so he might just go for something else. He obviously doesn't want to hit into the riposte, because he does some decent damage, but he doesn't do that decent of a damage. So I'm gonna drop a Bellow here that's gonna get that Jester closer to Afflicted, which is really nice. It's gonna get that Bounty Hunter afflicted, it's gonna get the Arbalest afflicted, it's gonna get Leper almost afflicted, which is really darn good. And 1 or 2 more Zealouses, and maybe a Bellow, and that Bounty Hunter is dead, which is just wonderful here. I think a Sniper Shot probably does enough this time. I mean, minus 60 and Selfish, that's really bad. Yeah, that's a lot of minus damage right there. Minus 60 and Selfish is pretty darn bad. That Leper probably does enough damage even if I go for a heal. So I'm just gonna have to do this. No point in going for preemptive heal right there. Huge waste of stress onto that Leper, but I guess it did get 2 afflictions through as well, and a little more damage on the Bounty Hunter, so I am okay with this. I am definitely okay with this. Bounty Hunter is gonna drop the Death Sword as well with the Horror, which is wonderful because the thing is, his team has a really hard time dealing with what I have here. This Crusader is pretty much unkillable for him right now. I'm gonna have to say, essentially unkillable at this point. Yeah, essentially unkillable. That's what it is right now. I wonder if I transform and go for something, or if I heal and then transform and go for something. I heal and then I transform and go for something, honestly. I'd have to be a fool not to. There's no way he does 13 damage to my Abomination with the abilities he has right now. So, especially if he goes Caltrops. That's actually not a bad play. That's gonna take away at my Crusader. Or it would, if I didn't get 20% resist. Yeah, it feels nice to be a bullshitter, doesn't it? You know, it feels really nice after having the enemy Crusader go Virtuous with Courageous. It feels really nice to resist these bleeds and all that. And yeah, that's gonna drop me down a little bit, but now I get to transform once more. And do I move forward here? Yeah, let's move forward. Let's slam that Jester. Let's just do this. He's still gonna have a lot of options to kill my Abomination here, but I am gonna have a heal. And after that I will have a guard, but I doubt that the guard will be any use here, so I'm just gonna keep spamming Bellow, and once this Abomination is gone, it's honestly not that bad, because we've done way too much damage to his team. So I don't feel like he really has a chance of success here. He's gonna go for that, gets a crit 9 out of it, surprisingly. And I will still go for a heal, because I'm counting on the act-outs. I'm banking on those act-outs giving me some value right here. If they don't, they don't, but if they do, it would be really nice. Come on, act out selfish, do something silly. And no, just a little bit of stress, I guess that's nice. Pretty decent. I could actually still guard even if Bola does enough damage. Yeah, I could actually, oh, it might not do enough damage with 2 and selfish. That's like minus 50 damage on that, so it probably does like 3 to 6 right now, I'd have to say. And yeah, it actually doesn't do enough damage, which is really darn nice for us. But the Crusader is knocked back, which is not so nice, obviously. And I could go Retribution kill here, but I'm just gonna drop the Bell, just keep doing more stress. The good thing about this setup is that I do have the Insignia of Rank, so Bellows don't do that much stress, but they do Bellows, you know, they do the, what do you call it? They do the debuffs. They do a very decent amount of debuffs. This is actually not too good for him. He's forced to go Dark Stab and push the Leper to position 3. Yeah, he has to go for it, and it's not even a confirmed Deathblow chance, but he gets it anyway. Which I guess is reasonable, you know, that's pretty reasonable. It was a 60. I get to drop yet another Bellow here. That's gonna be a kill on the Bounty Hunter, so that's gonna be his finishing cards are gone. That's gonna be a heart attack, and yeah, this is just too much for you. So this is what normally happens when you play a Leper. He actually takes enough stress, that's insane. Yeah, that's 2 characters gone, that's the Arbalist essentially gone as well, that's the Leper gone by round 5. So this is what normally happens when you play a Leper damage team, not what happened last match. That was definitely an outlier, with the immediate crit Holy Lance on my A-bomb and all the bullshit that went down. So yeah, do not expect that to happen every single time. I'm just gonna do this. There's no point going for Holy Lance on the Arbalist, she's just gonna die anyway. Yeah, she's gone. She's gone from that, maybe the extra stress on top. Yeah, there it goes. And I'm just gonna let him... Yeah, he surrenders there at the end, so GG, that was a pretty fast match. Let's do the final one. Let's round out these 3 matches, see if you can have something fun out of it. Alright, and here we are, on to a match number 3, and it looks like... Whoa, I know this setup, what the hell, this is what I use. Mr. D, what are you doing? You are copying me against me. Though he has Defender on this manner, so there's no command, but there is accuracy buffs in the form of that Musketeer with the ranging shot. So I guess he was somewhat prepared to actually fight against my stress team, in one sort of way or another. And right now I'm playing something that I don't typically play, but my man is it a strong team. I'm playing Silac Special, so this is a Vestal stun team. It is unbelievably powerful, and you're gonna be trying to make it work as much as physically possible. So right now, what would Silac do is what I'm always thinking when I play this team, honestly. What would Silac do? So I just had my Crusader moved, and I guess in response to that, I could go for the immediate Holy Lance. I could go for a stun on this enemy Crusader just so he doesn't get to go Bulwark of Light. Or I could drop the immediate Holy Lance, and I feel like Silac would go for the aggression. So we drop this Holy Lance, we get kind of a mineral out of it. But at least we hit relatively, you know, relatively hard. It's like 1/3 of his health bar. It's okay, I guess. It could have been worse. This is actually not too good here. Maybe Silac puts his Bounty Hunter in position 2 and the Crusader position 1. I'm not too sure actually, but he's gonna drop that Bulwark of Light, so that definitely makes sense to drop something like that at this point. And, oh, I'm gonna do a Silac play. Oh, I am gonna do a Silac play here. I'm gonna drop the Bola first, you know, as you do. Very decent damage rolls on that. The A-Bomb moves to position 1, which is a blessing and a curse for me, actually. That Patch-Up is gonna heal for a lot, though. Keep that in mind. Patch-Up is gonna heal for a very decent amount with that Musketeer, so I'm gonna have to be quite careful about this. I feel like pulling the Musketeer here is a beautiful play. Now, the thing is, we didn't manage to go first, which I haven't mentioned yet, but it's terrible playing with a team like this. There's 2 things I can do, but since I didn't manage to go first, I think I'm gonna have to go for... I had uppercut this entire time. I had uppercut this entire time. I'm gonna go for a pull on this Musketeer. And why is that? Well, I can pull the Musketeer, which has a double purpose. It puts the Crusader in position 3, which he hates on this team because he wants to use Zealous, and it puts the Musketeer on position 2, which means no heal. So now I get to go for a stun on that Musketeer, which is gonna have actually a 90% hit chance, I think. Yeah, some of my accuracy is gonna go away, but it should still get the hit, right? There's no way I miss a 90. There is absolutely no way we miss a 90 right here, obviously. And yeah, we do get that stun, which is pretty okay. So that's gonna be a stun on the Musketeer, so say goodbye to her action. He's gonna go for another slam, actually. Kind of surprisingly here, honestly. Because I am still going to be able to do some pretty decent damage if you want to go for stuff like that. I could stun the Crusader, or I could get another stun on this Abomination. The thing is, I won't do enough damage to really justify some of the things that are going on right here. Okay. I'm gonna go for a... yeah, there's some moves to be done, but there is a Bellow debuff on me, so this isn't great. Let's drop this, we get a nice crit for 18, that's half her HP gone, which is pretty decent. Even with the Prot and the Bellow debuff, we still crit for half her health. Good job, Holy Lance, that's the Holy Lance we like to see. After this we're gonna drop a Bola, and we are doing some very decent damage here, which is wonderful. Or are we gonna drop a Bola? Not really, I'm gonna drop a stun on this Abomination instead, and with that stun I'm also gonna go finish him, so I might do a lot of damage here. I also just realized Silac also runs the Heartseeker, so I don't have the exact correct setup, so if things go poorly it's my fault. He's gonna go Defender, which is definitely a play. Not sure if that's the play, but it's definitely a play. And in response to that, what do I do in response to that? Well, I kind of want to go uppercut when the Crusader moves to position 2 again. I'm kind of scared that I get to knockback here with the Bola. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. Okay, it doesn't, thankfully for us. We do get a really nice damage roll because of the extra damage against Marks, so that's pretty good damage on that Musketeer. And right now, if he moves forward, I either go for another pull, which is nice, or I go for a uppercut. Nice miss, by the way. That feels good. We go for an uppercut, and this has double purpose. I'll teach you the double purpose. Daze! That's right. We do get a daze with this uppercut, so you can say goodbye to your heals with Rally to the Flame. Which means that this Musketeer is essentially dead, and the Abomination isn't feeling all that good. The Man-at-Arms will be stunned, and the Crusader is in the back, so we've had a bit of a hectic start because of my Crusader getting pushed around. But I'll have to say that this is looking rather good, unless there's some pushes. If there's some pushes, this could be less good. Okay, there's no pushes, thankfully. Now we get to drop a sniper shot, and 96, just enough. Hit chance 85. Those are the ones you love to miss, aren't they? Those are the ones you do love to miss. Even if you go for a guard with this Man-at-Arms right here, guards are essentially useless if you don't have at least one stun resistance trinket because of Vestal. 150% stun chance. It is brutal. It is absolutely brutal to get hit by the Dazzling Light. So you can go for a guard, it's not gonna save you. It really isn't gonna save you. I kind of wish he did, because that would have been a free action for me. But since he didn't, well, I'll just take the kill immediately, right? Do we take the kill immediately? Yes, we do. Let's go for this finish him. Just take the kill. That's the Musketeer gone. That's his main healing character, his main stress output character, and the debuffs as well. I'm not even afflicted yet, so I'm still relatively far away from afflicted. Relatively. I'm gonna drop this right now. 80% chance of... wow. 80% chance of getting a stun and we don't get it. Wow. If we weren't winning the match pretty well here, this would be a game over, essentially, because if you fail these stuns, it's bad. My man, it's bad. This is kind of why I don't think stuns are that OP, because if you just fail like one, that's an entire action gone from you. And right now, instead of stunning this Abomination with my Crusader stunning action, he's gonna be able to just de-transform, stun my Crusader, and just chill. Just chill, honestly. Yeah, he's gonna go for a stun on the Crusader, does not enough damage, thankfully. Also doesn't get the stun on top. Is there justice in this world? Is it just me, or is there justice in this world? Oh, that's wonderful to see. I'm gonna go for a stun on this Crusader. And right now, I'm gonna be able to kill that Abomination, but Shep, how? How do you kill the Abomination? He's in position 1, safely in position 1. Or is he? Thing is, I might actually not do enough damage, but I'm gonna try anyway. So Crusader has Smite, which does more damage than what the Stunning Blow does. It does double the damage. So with a Smite and with a Bola that pierces the prot, it does pierce the prot. That means that the Abomination goes down to 0, and finish him will be a kill before a second transformation is through. But the Crusader is in position 1, which is not good. I could change that. I could actually change that, but then there might be a guarded and stun resistances, and no, I don't think so. I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna enjoy myself. Yeah, just do that, just chill out for a little bit. Zealous is gonna hurt a lot, but the follow-up might not be that dangerous for us, thankfully. I'm gonna go... oh, there's actually stun resistance on that. I will just... there's retribution, you know? I don't want him to get a 25% death blow, that wouldn't be good. That would not be good, that would be the opposite of good right now. I'm just gonna go for a heal here, I believe. I'll just go for a heal, clear that debuff on the Arbalest so she does more damage, and just enjoy myself right here. I wonder if he goes for a guard. I feel like guarding here might be a very good play for him. Because it would let the Crusader keep his action, but he might just go Bellow anyway. You know, he could do either or at this point. No, he's gonna go Retribution. I'm gonna have to disagree. I am gonna have to disagree. There's a few things I can do in response to that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stun that Crusader, so no more Zealous for you. I can pretty much perma-stun him with the 80% stuns. And after that, I'm gonna mark this Man-at-Arms, and he's gonna hurt. I have plus damage versus marked because of the crit that I just got. He's marked. He only has 10 prot because of the Piercing Quarrel and... Mineral! Can you imagine getting a Mineral for half your HP? Oh, Arbalest, never change. Never change. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it again, hopefully get a little more damage than that, because that was laughable. That was absolutely laughable. And the Riposte in return tickled, because, you know, I have 5 prot, and Riposte isn't really how you win matches against damage teams. Like this one. Yeah, it's not how you win matches. You win matches through stress. So that's gonna be the Man-at-Arms gone. And after that, this Crusader just doesn't stand a chance, honestly. There's gonna be an 80% stun. If we get a crit, it's a 100% stun, so... yeah, other than that, that's gonna be a surrender. So GG, Mr. D. Salak Special is just really darn good. Even though it went second, oh my goodness, we went second and we failed the stun, but we still won. I mean, Musketeer backline, come on. You gotta be joking. Yeah, don't do a Musketeer backline if you want to win against something like this. It's just not gonna work out well for you. So I hope y'all enjoy the match, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.